Hello, Internet Wrestling fans. My name is Rich. Thank you so much for visiting my YouTube channel. Today is Wrestlemania Sunday. In an hour or so, I'm going to go over to a friend's house and watch the festivities. So I thought this would be a good day to take a really quick look at my Mattel wrestling action figures. It's a very small collection. I typically try to just keep it to the more classic 80s and very early 90s wrestlers. Just because I'm kind of most nostalgic for that, even though I still watch modern wrestling. I like collecting these more 80s style looking wrestlers. So without further ado, let's get started. So this little cubicle is more sort of a WrestleMania 3 80s type section. There's Bret Hart when he was in the Hart Foundation. My all-time favorite wrestler is Bret Hart. There's Hulk Hogan. That's the defining moments, Hulk Hogan. There's Jim the Anvil Neidhart, of course, Bret's partner in the Hart Foundation. Back there we have another one of my all-time favorites, Randy Macho Man Savage. Over here, Bruno, not really an 80s wrestler, more of a 70s wrestler, but I had to have Bruno Sammartino in there. There's Junkyard Dog, one of my all-time favorite 80s wrestlers. Andre the Giant, that was the Maddie exclusive, Andre the Giant. And there we have Ricky the Dragon Steamboat back there. So then down here we get more into the early 90s. So there is Psycho Sid, one of my guilty pleasures of professional wrestling. That Undertaker was kind of an amalgamation of the entrance great Undertaker, which was a classic Undertaker, but the articulation wasn't very good. So I took a modern elite Undertaker, kind of mixed and matched some parts, so I'd have a classic Undertaker with some better articulation. There's Davey Boy Smith, British Bulldog. There's Bret Hart, again, my all-time favorite wrestler. This figure is based more on getting closer to the Attitude Era, is when Bret was champion. But he kind of the stand-in for an Intercontinental Champion, Bret Hart, because that was more of the 90s. There's another guilty pleasure, Ultimate Warrior. And that Mr. Perfect, he is not an elite style figure. He's just one of the basic figures, but he fits in well enough with these elite figures. When I say elite, those are the figures with a little more articulation, more accessories. The basic figures just have less articulation. And there is Big Boss Man. So, and there are more figures I wish I had, but Mattel is... Their releasing schedule of these figures in Canada is very spotty, so we might go 5 months where we get every single wave of WWE action figures from Mattel, and then we might go another 5 months where we get nothing. So there are a lot of figures I missed out on. And down here, all these are some of my basic figures. So, for instance, I don't have a really great Roddy Piper, and there hasn't really been a great Roddy Piper that's been released by Mattel. So for now, I have this basic figure. There is Razor Ramon. I missed out on the Elite Razor Ramon, so I picked this one up as a cheap alternative. There's a basic style Ultimate Warrior, and a basic style $1 Million Man, and a basic style Hulk Hogan. So again, because of the schedule, I missed out on some figures, and then it's harder to pick them up on the aftermarket. So for now, hopefully we'll get a much better Roddy Piper. And down here, this is going to be an NWA section. So we got Ric Flair, Sting, and the Road Warriors. Again, these are all basic figures, so they lack the better articulation. And there is a Dusty Rhodes coming out, a basic Dusty Rhodes, so he's going to go right in that empty space. So this will represent the NWA of the 80s, early 90s. Quick story about the Road Warriors. The one and only time I ever got scammed on eBay was I had ordered the Mattel Elite Road Warriors, Animal and Hawk. It was more based on their NWA appearance in the 80s. And I never got them. The seller never sent them, and then he closed out his eBay account, and I waited. I think I had 30 days to file a complaint or whatever, and I waited like 32 days. So I was out of luck. So that's it, the one time I got scammed. So I never was able to get a really good set of action figures of the Road Warriors. But I did find this basic 2-pack, so I picked that up. So it hits the spot well enough. So there you go. Very small collection. There's a lot of figures I'd like to pick up. Like I said, Canada has a weird way of getting these figures for some reason. So I'd like to get a Jake the Snake Roberts. Like I said, a better Roddy Piper. So yeah, but anyway... Again, since it is WrestleMania Sunday, I thought I would just throw this very quick video up of my wrestling collection. Okay, guys, if you happen to watch WrestleMania and you collect wrestling figures or whatever, feel free to let me know in the comments down below what you thought of WrestleMania. Okay, guys, until next time, I will see ya, brother.